Morning, mates. Just a quick one today. I know you're all sick to death of hearing me talk about the 3G network shutdown and how it's affecting some of you that use this device, the ResMed AirSense 10 machine. Well, it turns out it's also affecting some of you that have the brand new AirSense 11 device. So I thought we'd discuss a little bit further, as there's a bit of a difference as to why it's affecting the AirSense 11 users. Now, before I do, ResMed has finally been so kind as to send out an email to their customers informing them of the 3G shutdown and how it might affect some of you with AirSense 10 and Air 11 devices. I'm going to read you some of this email, but if you want to read the full thing, just check out the description below. This message is to inform you about the recent changes in 3G and CDMA communications by telecommunications companies in the US and how they may affect wireless transmission of data by Air10 and Air11 devices. So they mention the Air11 devices in this email, which I found very interesting. And I think it goes on, the plovers every time. And then it goes on to talk about, the networks and how the devices are affected and so on. So if you want to read that email, check out the description below. Now, if you have an AirSense 10 machine, it will either have a CDMA, 3G, or 4G cellular modem. If it has a CDMA or 3G and the 3G networks shut down in your area, then you won't have wireless transmission of data. Your machine will still work fine. You just won't be able to send data wirelessly to ResMed servers, to the MyAir app, and so on. You can always jump on sleephq.com and upload your data there if you want to. If you have a 4G modem, you should have no problem, as long as you are close enough to get a signal from that 4G cell tower. And I think that's what's happening with the AirSense 11 users. So as far as I'm aware, all AirSense 11 devices have a 4G cellular modem inside them. However, I believe these cellular modems also have 3G capability. And what this means is that potentially, if you don't have a 4G signal or a strong signal in your area, the machine can latch on and use the 3G signal. And I think this is what's happening for a number of customers, because I'm reading a lot of posts from AirSense 11 users. They're taking the machine home, unboxing it, boom, it's connecting up to a signal, and then a few months later, the signal just drops out and they can't connect up. And what I think is happening in this scenario is that the device, the AirSense 11, is actually connecting to a 3G signal. And then the 3G network shuts off, and then it can't find a 4G signal to connect to. So even though it's got that 4G modem in it, and they're like, I've got a 4G modem, it's connecting to a 3G network. It has that capability. Now, I want to read you a little post here quickly on one of the forums, and it's titled AirSense 11 Cell Signal. I just got an AirSense 11 and live about 5 miles from a rural town. The Air 11 machine says I only have 1 bar of coverage. It's using T-Mobile, but my cell phone, which also uses T-Mobile, has 5 bars and is sitting right next to the AirSense 11. WTF ? My biggest concern is that since I'm in the trial period for the new machine under Medicare, despite having used CPAP for a decade. How about that? He's been using CPAP for a decade, and he's got to go back on this trial period for his insurance to pay for his device. I don't understand that. I need the data to be preserved beyond question, or Medicare could theoretically refuse to pay for the machine at the end of the trial period. I just did an experiment and moved the machine to the living room window. There it gets 2 bars instead of 1. Going further, I moved it outdoors to the front deck, and there it gets 4 bars. Maybe I need to sleep on the front deck, he says. So his conclusion is that the AirSense 11 has a really crappy cell radio or crappy antenna, since the cell phone gets 5 bars everywhere in the house on the same carrier, and the AirSense 11 has to be outdoors to even get 4 bars. So there you go. Now, if you're an AirSense 11 user, and no matter where you go in your house, out on your porch, up the mountain, you just can't get a cell signal, then check out sleephq.com, and you can upload your full detailed data directly from your SD card. Now, regarding the SD card with the AirSense 11, A lot of you have been emailing me regarding this. This part here, it's causing a lot of confusion. This little section here, it looks like an SD card, doesn't it? Like, I can understand how you're getting confused. It certainly looks like one. It's not, guys. It's just a cover, all right? ResMed have gone full tight ass on this unit, and they're not even giving you an SD card. Well, a lot of you don't have SD cards, so you will have to go and buy an SD card for your device. Any card from like 4 gig to 32 gig is totally fine. The 32 gig will hold like 15 years of data on it. So really, 4 to 8 gig is just heaps, guys. 4 gig should be plenty. So go and get yourself a cheap SD card, whack it in your device, start using it, and then when you're ready, you can take out your SD card, put it in your computer, your phone, your tablet, on-the-go SD card reader. Just grab one of those, and then you can drag the files across to Sleep HQ, and you'll see data like you've never seen it before. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.